anytime I ate anything that was not my meal plan, I felt like it wasn't right. I felt like it was wrong. I felt like it wasn't a good choice. And for whatever reason, it sounds so simple, right? And as a dietitian, you would think I would be smart enough to realize the differences and that it doesn't work like that. Shit. What's up, guys? It is Sunday morning. It's already 9:12. I was about to say I feel like I'm getting a move on life today. Normally on Sundays, I kind of like to putz around a little bit. I already did that. I laid in bed for like a half hour, looked at some of my client emails I got already. I do some of my client check-ins on Sunday, so I answer those throughout the day. I started looking through the Driven group, some of the posts in there, looked at Instagram comments, checked to see if the YouTubes went live yet, all those kinds of like social media notifications, putzed around, checked those. I am going to go to the gym right now, but today's video is going to be a full day of eating for you guys. 10 weeks out. I am following macros for this prep. That is my intention, is to continue to follow macros throughout the entirety of this prep. I can go into a little bit more detail as to why I'm following that approach for this prep. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I choose to fill my macros with for the day for bikini prep. I can be honest with you, my eating choices haven't really changed since entering into bikini prep. I feel like I had an awesome shift in my mindset and my relationship with food prior to deciding to go into bikini prep. So for me, I feel like I was making great food choices prior to prep, and when you're in prep, you know, you should make the most of your macros, you feel full and satisfied, nourish your body well, yada yada, all that stuff, but I kind of was on board with that prior to prep, so I don't know, not implying it's easy for me by any means, I don't know, I was just saying that's how it is. So I'm gonna head to the gym. You guys are gonna think I'm nutso, but I've got here, let me show you. I've got a full container of MTS branch chains, so I will drink this while I lift. I'm lifting shoulders today. I've got my other MTS shaker cup. This one I use just for water. I like to have water with me. I'll drink that during cardio, and I'll also probably do the sauna a little bit today and drink some water. And then I have here in this guy just some, do I have it out? MTS Vasky. Whoo, child, highly recommend this Vasky, let me tell you. Quit focusing on my face. You guys have seen it. You know what, this is gonna piss me off. I'm making it focus. You focus. MTS Vasky. Non-stimulant pump inducer. There's no, Jesus, Kara, learn how to film, will ya? There's no stimulants in this. I take 1 scoop of that, and I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't taste good to just like drink it in water. Don't recommend. I won't tell you what it reminds me of. So I like to mix it either with like a pre-workout. This morning I am taking Fitburn, so I'm gonna take that. So I'm not gonna take a pre-workout. So I put Vasky in here with just some Mio, like a little swig of Mio, so it's not so nasty. So I'm gonna take my Fitburn. Watch me. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna head to the gym. I personally train fasted. Every day I train. I'm training 6 days a week right now, and it's just what my body is accustomed to doing. It's not saying it's right, it's wrong. Everyone can have their opinion, what works best for them. But my personal experience is I train better and I feel stronger if I train fasted. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then not bringing any food with me. The gym I'm going to today is 20 minutes away. So I'm just gonna get a good shoulder lift in, do some cardio, steam room, sauna, whatever, and head home and cook meal 1. I zippered my hair in my sweatshirt. So I'm home now, guys. It's 1 o'clock. I guess you could kind of say I intermittent fast on the weekend, but I don't try to. It just kind of happens unintentionally due to how I do things. So I'm home now. I had to stop at the grocery store on my way home, which I hate doing when I'm hungry, but I also have to manage my time because Sundays are extremely busy for me. So yeah, I had to stop at the grocery store, get some goodies for a Tiger Fitness recipe I'm gonna do today. And I also stopped to see if I can stock up on these yogurts. If you guys have not tried these, they are the best flavor. If you're a yogurt lover, toasted marshmallow. It tastes like marshmallow. It's heavenly. It's amazing. And I cannot find them. Like, I went and they only had 2 in there. So I grabbed 2 of them. Anyways, I'm not sure what I'm gonna eat for breakfast because it's already 1 o'clock. I'm probably gonna eat a ginormous meal, which I like to do. I like to surround a lot of my macros post-training. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I can only eat a teeny tiny meal 1, or anything like that. I just kind of listen to my body and eat a good sized meal till I'm satisfied. So cook up my breakfast and I'll show you what I end up eating. Breakfast is done and I am pumped. I'm ready to eat. And I'm probably gonna eat a little something else with this, but I'm gonna start here. I have got what was supposed to be an omelet, but I've been sucking at omelets lately. So it's more like scrambled eggs. But I just cooked garlic with tomatoes, spinach, onion. I think that was it for veggies. Added the egg whites, added some chives, added goat cheese, and that made up my omelet. I've got some avocado over here, and then I've got some potatoes, white potatoes. Side of water. I'm going to drizzle a little sugar-free ketchup on it. It's gonna be breakfast. That breakfast was super delish, but I want to get a little bit more carbs in because of the time of day, and I do like to get a little bit more carbs in post-workout, so I'm going to now eat some strawberries. I've got like 130 grams there of strawberries. Could you just hear my belly gurgle, YouTube? And then my delicious toasted marshmallow yogurt, which I'm going to show you. I just can't get across how good these are, you guys. I could eat these all day. You just see how like amazing that is. It's so fluffy and tastes like marshmallow. So I'm going to eat this, and then should be good for a bit. I'm going to shower and do some other videos. So I've gotten 2 videos completed. I did one bikini posing tip video I think you guys are going to really enjoy, and I'm going to do a few more. I'm trying to be a little more concise in my videos, so let me know if you guys like that one. And then we just filmed, it's still filming in progress technically, the oven's on. I just did some brownies using different ingredients than I have in the past. I do have a couple protein brownie recipes, but this one's gonna be super good. And now it's 4:25. I'm really hungry now, so I'm gonna get a meal in. I kind of want to go to a movie with Jason, even though I still have a lot to do. So I'm gonna get a meal in now. We're gonna see what kind of time we're working with, and we may possibly head to the movie theater to watch a Sunday evening movie. I'm gonna make some of this organic. I get the, I used to get leaner beef, but I've been doing the organic, which is a 93% lean ground beef. I'm gonna do some of that. And then I think I'm gonna cook up some of this butternut rice, Brussels sprouts, and I think I'm gonna cook it up in some coconut oil. All right, so I've got my beef in here cooking. I can actually show it to you. It'd be great. Cooking up, and then I just added in here 3 ounces of Brussels sprouts. This was like 7 grams of coconut oil, and look at all that butternut rice. Butternut squash rice, 150 grams. So I'm gonna just cook that all up together. Here's my final product. I've got the butternut rice with the cooked Brussels sprouts and my beef, and this is what you would call volume eating, people. I know some people ask me about volume eating. I'm surrounded by lights here. So eating things like squash, Brussels sprouts, you can eat so much more of it in terms of volume, weight, grams on the scale for lower calories, lower carbs. There's just not a lot going on in there. So it's a great filler if you're someone that's dieting, doesn't want to feel ravenous all the time. You should definitely be incorporating lots of different fruits and veggies that will help fill you up by adding in that volume. So looks delish. It better be. That butternut rice squash was $7. So I'm gonna eat this now. So the movie was gonna be a little too rushed by the time it all came down to it. So we're just gonna stay home. Both have work we're gonna do separately. So I'm still hungry. So I made myself another little snack meal, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna have a protein shake. This is Blueberry Muffin by MTS Nutrition, and I was very impressed with it. When you smell the bottle of it, it's like very strong blueberry smelling, but it legit tastes just like a blueberry muffin, and it's very light flavored. I like it. Macros are good on it. 1.5 grams of fat and 25 protein. I think 3 or 4 carbs. So I really like that. I don't do a lot of like drinking protein shakes. During prep though, or just life in general, I guess, I do on occasion like to have either a protein shake or a protein bar. And oftentimes for me, I don't choose to have that when I'm starving because it doesn't usually fill me up. But it does really help a sweet tooth. So if you're someone that has a sweet tooth, like myself, it can be really helpful. So just know your body and know if it's going to set you up for failure, because obviously drinking a shake isn't going to be as filling as like eating 4 ounces of chicken, which would be the equivalent with 25 grams of protein. So just know your body. And like right now, I'm not super hungry. I'm just kind of craving something sweet. So I'm going to have that. And then I also made this little gem in terms of craving something sweet. Just a bowl of oatmeal here. This is 40 grams of oats. I added in there some dark cocoa, like a few grams of dark cocoa, some Splenda, and like a tablespoon of almond butter. Ooh, steaming. So I'm gonna eat that, do some work, make my man a cheesecake.
Eating brownies.
Eating brownies. He makes me food all the time, as you guys know, so he likes my protein cheesecake. He eats it for breakfast every day during the work week. So on Sunday nights, for probably like what, Jay, like a year, 2 years?
Probably, no, going on 2.
It's been forever. This dude eats this cheesecake. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I could like eat the whole thing in one sitting. The macros are super good on it. But he eats it with other stuff for breakfast anyway, so it's been one of his favorite staples.
18 carbs, 4 fat, 36 protein.
And that's if you cut the cheesecake in 4 pieces.
So it's a decent size.
You could technically cut them.
There's weight to it.
You could not cut it in quarters, but
there is weight to it. What's up, YouTube? Been a while, hasn't it?
Been a minute.
Been a minute.
We gotta vlog together at some point in time.
We do. Next weekend.
What do you guys want to see?
Yeah, what do you want to see from us two
Next
weekend?
weekend's gonna be tough because I'm judging.
Sunday vlog.
Sunday.
Maybe 2 weeks from now.
We'll see.
We'll see.
See what happens. Got some chicken cooking up back there that Jason got ready for me, and I'm just finishing it up. I am just going to eat a caramel rice cake to hit some more carbs. I didn't really realize I didn't have that much to eat left today, which makes sense because I'm not really that hungry. I'm not really doing a ton of cardio right now, which is awesome. I'm just doing a couple HIIT sessions and a couple list sessions per week, which is great. It's good to start out not having to do a ton of cardio. You don't ever want to start out like too intense, then you have nowhere to work from. You know, if I start out 10 weeks out from a competition doing an hour of cardio every day, where am I going to go from there? 2 hours of cardio a day, and then that gets excessive, and then the reversing process gets that much harder. So anyways, that was pretty much this rice cake. I don't know, I might have a little bit more protein. I have like 5 grams of protein left to hit, but I'm not really sure that I'm gonna do anything for that. So the last thing I wanted to touch on was I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I am using a macros approach for my prep. I have used a macros approach for the majority of my last preps. However, prior to turning pro last year, we did switch, working with Danica, we switched from like macros, still following macros, but she helped me meal plan, and I followed a set meal plan, and it was fine, and I was good with it. It wasn't until after the competition that I realized it wasn't the best approach for me, because anytime I ate anything that was not my meal plan, I felt like it wasn't right. I felt like it was wrong. I felt like it wasn't a good choice, and for whatever reason, it sounds so simple, right? And as a dietitian, you would think I would be smart enough to realize the differences and that it doesn't work like that. However, I was just so focused on turning pro and like doing everything I needed to do and eating the right food, and I just kind of lost sense of reality with food for a bit. So for me, it's really important during this prep and during this process to not lose sight of that and not lose sight of eating a variety of foods. And I realize things are going to get cut down and it's going to be trickier to manipulate that. And you know, I essentially still meal plan out my food. I work within macros, but I still do meal plans for the most part, but I don't have to follow a set meal 1 through 6 every day of the week. Like, I give myself variety. I switch up my proteins, I switch up my grain sources, I switch up my fruits, and then there's certain things I never get sick of and I just keep them in there. So for me, I feel like sticking with macros, making my own macro choices throughout this prep is going to be the healthiest for me to maintain my relationship with food throughout prep and, more importantly, after prep. And I think post-show is what's really, really critical and something that I'm thinking of from the starting point, and something that not everyone thinks about and then struggles with binging post-show or feeling bad about themselves. And I've really learned from my past experiences and, you know, learned what works best for me. And that's what it's all about. So for me, choosing to continue a macros-based approach throughout this prep is going to be the best. So that's going to conclude this video. I think that's all I want to say about that. If you guys want to see me do a day of eating for a refeed day and how I work that and what types of things I choose on a refeed day versus like what you're seeing today, let me know, comment below, and I may be able to do that next weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's it. See you in the next one.